Welcome to Skypodcast.
Hello again.
All right, episode, I don't know. Welcome back. I feel like we're floating in this sea of blackness.
Camouflage nga tayo.
I know.
Because we're just a floating head.
Just a floating head. All right, I'll vibe with you.
That's my lightsaber pa sa likod.
I know.
Wow, bagong
Just in
set.
case mag-away kami, meron tayong weapons anyway.
Oh.
Whatever. That's so corny. Today, we're gonna be talking about
What?
toxic Pinoy parenting.
Touchy.
I know. I totally
wait,
made
bakit
that
mo
concept
naisip?
up.
Ito
People
yung-
are gonna hate me so much. I'm the one. Just kidding. I didn't. It's a term on TikTok. There's a thing on TikTok called parent talk, right? And they have all of these terms that I just realized or just found out about. And there's a term called toxic Pinoy parenting. So, syempre, pinanood ko.
I think a lot of people can relate to topics when it comes to parenthood. Not because they're moms or dads, but they can relate to having this type of parent, having that type of parent.
Yeah, exactly. So, eto na nga. Ito yung TikTok na nahanap ko.
So, si Chris, guys, ma-research na to every night. Yun na to. Ito na yung hobby niya.
Buti na lang, ito yung hobby ko, hindi iba.
Hindi na niya ako kinakausap. Nagaganyan lang yun. Naka-side view ganyan.
Oo, kasi mamaya na tayo mag-usap sa podcast. Ba't ba tayo mag-usap ngayon? Deserve na natin yung conversation.
The whole night.
Usap naman tayo every Saturday eh.
Love. Ganit lang, love, ha? Tapusin ko lang to.
Let me finish my scroll of death.
Manood na lang ako ng Netflix, tapos ganyan na lang siya.
I'm like, watch your Netflix. I want to be on this non-committal app with topics I can choose. Anyway, so this is the video that I wanted to react to today.
Okay.
Baka kasi dapat mapakinggan nyo rin ako. Kasi meron rin akong side na kailangan nyo maintindihan. Aba, sumasagot ka na. Baka nakakalimutan mo, kami nagpaaral sa'yo. Kami nagpakain sa inyo.
Oh, can you relate, love?
That is like a 5-second clip, but I feel like a lot of people parang dagger to the heart.
Yeah, you know what? Naalala ko lang kasi yung time na we were reading a letter from the sky, and I think our advice was what we always say. It's just like, be open, communicate with your parents. They love you. They're gonna, give you what you want. Syempre, love ka nila
Love ka ng
eh.
parents, oh.
Kasi ganun tayo, di ba? Parang
Yes.
na-imagine natin in the future, if Scotty says, but mom, I just want to move out. I'm like, oh, yeah, honey, sure, I got you. But like, understandably, not all parents are like that. And I just wanted to give a disclaimer before we go on with this topic that I did not coin the term toxic Pinoy parenting. And I don't think that everybody in the Philippines is a toxic Pinoy parent.
Yeah.
Because I'm a parent also. I don't think I'm toxic, hopefully. So, TikTok term lang siya. Oh.
Pero I think it's an ongoing trend now of all these things. We did a previous video na yung mga parents naman on how our parents react na kung nasa restaurants, mga ganyan, na hindi masyado.
Like other things parents do.
Yes.
That are funny,
So
embarrassing.
It's an ongoing trend.
Yeah.
But
It's called parent talk.
when we had letters from the sky, a lot, like half, are parent problems. Especially during the pandemic. Like, I can't get out. I want to live by myself.
Yeah.
My
They're
parents won't
judging
let
me
do
for
everything.
everything.
Or pinapa-contribute ako ng sahod ko sa bahay, pero para pa rin sila yung may-ari lahat.
Yeah, or like,
ganyan.
some parents pull a Monica. Like, we were rewatching Friends. By the way, rest in peace, Matthew Perry. Feel so bad. But anyway, we were watching Friends season 1 last night. And Monica was having dinner with her parents. And she was always so scared to see her parents. And she'd always call Ross, like, back me up, bro. Because the parents would always comment on everything. Like, oh, you're gaining weight. Or, oh, eto lang yung job mo. Or, eto pa rin buhok mo. Eto lang piniprepare mo. Spaghetti pa rin. Diba? Parang nothing you do will ever be enough. Something like that.
Yes.
So, I don't think it's a toxic Pinoy parent trait. It's just like parents in general.
Ito mismo, yung example na sinasabi mo. Have you ever felt that from
my mom?
Your mom, your dad?
I don't think so because I'm the baby of the family. So, medyo princess vibes. Ganun ba? I guess my brother, I would say, since, he's the eldest, he's a guy, so he has, like, expectations. Kind of like you, love.
Yeah, may mga expectations.
Yeah, like, you have to be like this, you have to be like that. So, parang nothing's ever enough.
It's funny though, my dad was very like that. My dad and my mom was like that when I was younger. And then ngayon, I don't know, like, wala na sa pakialam.
Really?
Anong
Oh, yeah, they're
ginagawa
so
ko sa
chill.
buhay?
They're so chill.
Like parang, oh dad, I'm doing this project. Oh good for you. Like dati, like, oh you need to have fire in your heart. Dapat like you have to be motivated and stuff. Ngayon parang, Dad, this is what I'm doing. What you asked me to do.
Yeah,
Pero
and
parang,
he's just like, that's
okay,
nice.
that's nice.
Move along.
Nagbago na rin yung gusto niya sa buhay.
Yeah.
Yung parang, baliktad na siya ngayon actually. Ang sinasabi niya sa akin is, you know what? Not everything is all about work.
Yeah, you need to take a
So,
break,
galing
spend
siya
time with your
sa
family.
other side ngayon, gentle parenting na siya.
I know. Oh, maybe gentle parenting is also like a trend not just for us as new parents, but also for our parents.
Baka nag-TikTok sila,
I
tapos
know.
na-realize nila.
TikTok nga is teaching everybody through TikTok University. I don't think Daddy does TikTok. It's funny though. I started to do vlogs unintentionally with our kids when I was pregnant because before that, I used to do like fashion and beauty and travel and all these things, but because of the pandemic and being pregnant, like that was all out the window. And I just decided to vlog daily life, which was me being pregnant and home and not doing anything.
Yeah.
And so when the kids came, like it was just natural for me to show how I interacted with them. Na hindi naman yun planned na gentle ba? Wala naman tayong alam talaga, di ba?
But naalala ko yung goal mo talaga was this. You always told me this and I remember this. Na when I'm a parent, I want na pag matanda na sila, teenagers na sila, Scotty and Sevi, every time I call them, they pick it up right away. Because I'm their friend. Or they can relate to me. Hindi yung, oh my God, my mom is calling me at
Kasi
12
nga,
o'clock.
when my dad calls me now, pinapawisan ako, natakot ako. I mean, I love my dad, but I'm just scared.
Hala, Dad, toxic
I know,
parent
my dad's
ka
probably
now.
watching this.
Hala.
Now we're available on YouTube. 100% sure Dad's gonna see this. but it's just because, like, I guess Dad raised us with a firm hand. Not that he was mean to me or he ever hit me, nothing like that. But parang he had this standard or this expectation of us. And so now every time he calls me, instead of it being like a, hey, how are you? That never happens. Dad never calls me for like a catch up, right?
Yeah.
It's always like, you didn't do this now, or something like that. So then I'm like, I did something wrong again. I don't want to answer. What did I do na naman? So my goal for my kids when they grow up is when they see mom calling, they're like, oh, hey, it's my mom. Hey, mom, what's up? Like, alam nilang wala la. Like, they're happy to pick it up, even if they're out with their friends. It's not like I'm a downer in their life. Parang, happy lang sila to see that I'm calling.
What
That's
if,
my
ano
goal.
na siya, si Scott and si Sevi, like super powerful, very important people.
Dude, you know, I have a feeling in my heart that Sevi will really be something like a force to be reckoned with. I don't know why.
Sorry, Scott. Hindi ka raw.
No, Scotty will be something else. Scotty, you don't have to be powerful in the world to be special in the world. He can be something else. I don't know what he's gonna be yet. But for some weird reason, diba, I always told you, feeling ko si Sevi talaga maging electronic something, computer technician, something electronics. Pero now, like, the more his like personality shows, I really feel like he's gonna be some sort of like dictator. Company, CEO, dictator.
Tapos ikaw, like, sobrang busy niya. Tapos ikaw tatawag, love, paano tong bagong cellphone ko?
Sevi, pa-install naman ang app na to.
Pero si Scotty, magiging si Scott?
Hindi ko talaga alam, but he's so sweet kasi. Like, lagi kong dinedescribe si Scotty as a sweetheart, lover boy. And then whenever like he does all of these sweet things, I see myself in him. So, ano magiging job ni Scotty in the future? Vlogger?
Tagapag-alaga sa'yo.
Anyway, we were talking about gentle parenting and how we kind of fell into it accidentally, I think.
I don't know. You just led the way and I just followed. Like, parang kung ano sasabihin ni Chris, sige, okay, go.
I guess it's also like the age of the internet kind of teaching us. Because when I was pregnant, my algorithm on Instagram was just like all mommyhood stuff. So then, you'd just be scrolling and reading and like subliminally they'd go into your brain. And then like you internalize them. And so when the baby's out, you're like, oh, this is how she
I remember when we were raising Scotty, it wasn't like the time of TikTok, but sa Instagram, nagsistart na yun eh.
Yeah.
Like, then Instagram and TikTok knows your algorithm. Like, alam niyang parent ka.
Yeah.
So, ito talaga finifeed niya.
And when I was pregnant, it was all about like, oh, when you give birth, it's the best feeling. You're gonna cry, blah, blah. True enough, when the baby came out, I'm like, I need to cry.
Kasi pinrime na yung,
Instagram told me I need to cry. Ganun. Yeah, but feeling ko with gentle parenting, I never knew it was a concept. I never knew it was like a thing. But it's just, I think feeling ko wala tayong alam. So parang when we talk to the kids, it's just like a game for us or like we treat them how, I don't know.
Could it be taken into like a crazy direction?
Like what?
Like, it's too gentle.
Oh yeah, for sure. You always tell me that.
Feeling ko.
Don't let them win.
Hindi naman. Hindi naman. Pero, like, there's always extremes, di ba? There's the right and the left, but you can be too
You
extreme.
can be like too ungentle,
So,
and then you can be like
balance.
too gentle.
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing lang with TikTok, and even our podcast advices,
Yeah.
like, parang, it's not one size fits all. Kasi parang it's
No,
like,
dude,
we're
it's not
talking to, like,
it's not advice. We're not giving advice to anyone. We're just having a conversation.
Oh yeah, but like even on TikTok, it's like, okay, this is like how it feels to be. It's not really an advice, but you take it as advice. So what I'm trying to get at is you can have all these different ideals and maguguluhan ka na, or you just try to follow them and you can be parang masasad ka. As
Kasi
a
hindi
parent.
mo na sunod.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's an advice that I always give new parents now na friends ko. When they always ask me like, what's your one advice? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, I know this. My one advice is relax, please. Don't be like me. So my advice to new parents is always to chill out, because when I was a new parent and it was pandemic love, we weren't allowed to see anyone, no family, no friends.
Yeah.
So it was just me and Mr. Google Googling all of the ideals of how you should raise your kids. And that's not very ideal, because you're in your head, it's like, I need to be a perfect parent. I need to do A, B, C, D, E. And if you don't follow it, and if your child doesn't know Google, is just trying to survive, will not follow all of these, then you will think that you're a bad person. Your child is like not a normal child for not following what Google says.
Yeah.
Mababaliw ka talaga.
And I think that's where I was getting at. Like, it can be a toxic parenting trait also. When it comes to like following all these ideals, now your kid has so many schedules and so many ideals na dapat ganito, dapat siya ganito kumain, dapat healthy food, dapat. So it's always a balance of things. And you consuming all of this, like in the world of TikTok and the internet, us consuming all of this gives parang nagiging judgy din tayo to other parents, because sinabi ni TikTok ganito, mali yung ginagawa mo.
Dude, not just TikTok though. Like, remember when before we became parents, we were still happily married. Still,
Okay.
ngayon hindi na.
Don't be a parent.
No, when we were still thinking about having kids, later and I would have like dinner here, and then you'd always say like, love, we're gonna be cool parents. We're still gonna go out and party, may yaya naman, iwan na natin yung kids, di ba?
Yes.
Ang dami natin mga ideals, and then we'd always make fun of my sister, sorry if you're watching. We'd always make fun of her because my sister has 5 kids, so she's a very hands-on mom. So sometimes when we see her, gulo-gulo talaga yung buhok niya. Like, well, I mean, I get it. Now that I'm a mom of 2 and she has 5 kids, I get it. But at that time, I always told you like, I ain't gonna be like that.
Itong ideals natin. Ganito to. First child, ganyan na level. Lahat na ideals. And then, second child, okay, babaan natin ng konti. Pag 5th child na, kagaya ng sister niya, like, bahala na kayo dyan. Mag-iPad na kayo kasi mamamatay na ako.
Yeah, I mean, no judgment here. I totally get it. Like, before siguro judgy tayo kasi we haven't experienced it. We don't know what it's like. And dami nating ideals in our head. Like, oh, we can do this. We can do that. But guys, seriously, when you have 1 kid, your world goes upside down. When you have 2 kids, the lesson to be learned is really, I will never judge another parent again. Because there are so many ways to parent, and there's so many different children with different personalities. Babaliw ka talaga.
Sa parenting yung topic, medyo mainit talaga si Chris.
Ang dami talaga, ang dami.
Okay, ano pa
Alis na
mga...
ba ako? Ayoko na.
ano pa yung mga toxic Pinoy traits? Pinoy parent traits?
Okay, I have one. I have a friend who does not want to have a kid because she's scared to pass on her trauma to her kid. Because her mom passed on her trauma to her.
Kilala ko to, blind item na natin.
Oo. So, yung initials niya ay... So anyway, parang when her mom gave birth to her kasi, ang daming reklamo na parang, ikaw yung reason why nawala yung career ko. Ikaw yung reason kung bakit ganito, ganyan, nag-break kami sa dad mo. Hindi ko na alam, actually. I'm just making this up. But basta, may mga trauma. So ngayon, she doesn't want to have kids of her own because she's scared na, what if when I have kids, and my career will be over too, or I won't look as good anymore.
Yes.
Like, what if I'm going to blame my kid for all of this happening? So like, she doesn't want to pass that trauma on, like generational trauma. Yeah.
I think the video that we were watching, parang sakto talaga yun. It's like so short, but everybody can relate to. Kasi it revolves around utang ng loob, and a parent that doesn't listen, and yung we even have like letters about parents na parang kailangan yung sweldo or sahod mo, ibalik mo sa amin ha. Yung mga ganyan na mga, like if I were in that position, I wouldn't know how to get myself out of it. Medyo mahirap din siya. Yung, if your parents don't listen, if your parents keep on just saying na, oy, dapat mag-contribute ka na sa bahay or dapat ano.
But you know what? I feel like when you're in the thick of a situation, you always feel like, okay, I don't know where to go from here. Like, dead end na to, my parents won't listen. But sabi mo nga, yung parents mo dati, they used to be a certain way and now they're so chill because of TikTok. So malay mo, because of the information that we have now and because like all of these concepts and people are talking about it now, like maybe the generation that we have now.
So may story ako.
Ano?
I kind of know when they chilled out. Dati, bawal akong magbarkada. Dapat barkada ko lahat. Cousins ko lang. Or like brothers, cousins, family. Bawal lumabas ng gabi, ganyan. But eventually, my dad started playing golf and then nagkabarkada siya. And then, yung mga wife ng mga barkada ni daddy, nag-badminton kasama si mommy.
So may barkada na rin si mommy.
Sila. And then eventually, dun na nagsistart ng, okay lang pala magbarkada. And then like, dun sila
so your advice is, bigyan ng barkada. Bigyan ng barkada ang pera. No, I feel like sometimes when we're in our own bubble, and we talk about this all the time, na the concepts that we have in our head, feeling natin, eto na yung tama at eto lang.
Yes.
But the more exposed we are to other people and other people having different experiences in their lives, then we are also more open to, maybe I thought of that differently. Maybe mali ako. Maybe I can execute that better. And so what's great about the internet now, and what's great about me watching social media at night, is we get to learn about all of these concepts, right? And improve as people. So maybe we are the generation that breaks all of these toxicness. Or maybe
which
we're
generation? The millennial generation or the Gen Z generation?
whatever generation you are watching this. Inclusive.
It's true though.
I'm not ageist.
Because na-democratize na yung mga, ano yung tama, ano yung mga hindi. Tapos na may meme na yun. You know what? Memes are very powerful because it sends a message subliminally where everybody can relate but hindi siya atake. So pag papakita mo sa nanay mo, I don't know if it would actually help her, but it helps the next generation.
It's kind of like a passive-aggressive way of saying,
dude, nakakatawa ka.
Yeah.
Yung ganyan.
And then if napipikon ka sa meme, medyo kawawa, di ba? So, you just tawa-tawa ka na lang and then in your room, when you're at home, reflect ka na lang like, what's that? What does it mean?
Yes. So, parang, I think that...
So, I feel like that's a more positive way to look at it now. You know, we could be the generation that breaks all of this trauma and all of this toxic parenthood, or we could make our own toxic traits.
Hindi natin alam na over TikTok naman.
Sabi mo balance, di ba?
TikTok parenting. So yun na yung next toxic trait, TikTok parenting.
TikTok raised my children.
Diba meron mga helicopter parenting, may mga ganyan. The next would be the TikTok parenting. Yan yung prediction ko.
Hope that doesn't happen.